All right, so the other day, in case you don't know about what's going on in the world of podcasting, right, which is fucking bananas, but this is still fucking hilarious. Brendan Schaub has dry snitched on two of the individuals who make his career go. All right. And I'm going to show you the clip of him dry snitching on Joe Rogan and motherfucking Dana White. Right. And the reason why I'm talking right now and I'm not immediately going into things is because they've been copyright claiming the dog shit out of this. All right. And literally not just claiming it, blocking it worldwide. Like they're trying to wipe it off the internet. So what I did is I'm going to sit down and change the speed of it. So it's going to look ridiculous. So like the algorithm doesn't catch it. Right. And then I'm going to show you more of what the fuck's going on after that, because this is a whole timeline and it's hilarious.
Listen, I know some bald fucking dudes are slinging dick out there. Look at Dana White, Rogan. That's it.
Can't believe somebody snitched. Niggas is out here like running faucets.
All right, so this was on his podcast with some Theo Von or some bullshit like that, some garbage ass B-list fucking comedian or whatever, right? And then he was scheduled to do an MMA fucking fight thing with fucking Joe Rogan on his fucking podcast this weekend, right? Where they were going to cover whatever fucking UFC event was happening or whatever, right? And then this happened during the motherfucking podcast.
All right,
that's not what it's about.
Yeah, just hit me
That's
back.
not what it's about.
You're right. Dominic Cruz. Well, I don't want to say that. I can't say what else he said. I'll show you. You want to see it?
Yes. Is it racist?
No.
Jeez.
Dominic's not racist at all. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, show that to Brendan, but tell him to shut the fuck up about it.
Don't say this on your podcast.
Show that to Brendan, but tell him to shut the fuck up about it.
Don't say this on your podcast.
You know, your heart almost goes out to the dude. Like, we've all kind of almost been there at some point in somebody's life where, like, you realize that you're no longer part of the in crowd anymore. Like, you know, they look at you differently at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're no longer their fucking friend. You know what I mean? Like, this is a business situation. Like, yo, that's a strange place to be in. But you snitched, nigga, and you put yourself there. So, like, you can't really feel that bad for the dude. Legitimately, like, you can't feel that bad for the motherfucker. Like, it is what the fuck it is. Like, that's just yo, that's fucking rough. Like, you almost feel bad for the dude, but on the same point, like, yo, you could, like, yo, you ain't gonna be trusted again with shit. Like, yo, that's a rough time. That's a rough time, nigga. Oh, so then he stands there and he tried to apologize and straighten this bullshit the fuck out. And if there's one thing you don't do, legitimately, if there's one thing you don't do, is feed the fucking monsters on the internet. All right? Like, yo, this is for everybody. This is every internet dude. Like, yo, you never go out and apologize. You never make any excuses about shit. Because the moment you start apologizing, the moment you address some shit, it makes it real. And, like, yo, you restart your clock over again. Like, this would have all blown over because, like, yo, you copyright blocked everything, did all the bullshit that you did. But now you got a nigga like me who's coming back at you because you done made, like, a 7-minute fucking goddamn piece of shit thing to stand here and apologize for what the fuck it is you did. And now I get to break that down because it's gonna be hilarious. So let's get this started again.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's not a good idea. This is how I'm gonna segue into this. I'll tell you what's not a great idea is to quote anything I say off a number of the 3 shows that I do between Below the Belt for Showtime, Fire and the Kid, Brian the Kid Callen, or especially King and the Sting with fellow comedian and very close friend of mine, Theo Von. To quote anything or to cut anything that I say out of King of the Sting, which is a pure comedy, entertainment, I'd say it's a show. It's even hard to call it a podcast. The way that thing is produced, it is basically a high-functioning TV show put on YouTube. If I told you guys how much that thing is to make, it'd blow your mind. That's what that thing.
I bet you it wouldn't blow my fucking mind because I know that you TV motherfuckers end up spending a shit ton of goddamn money that you don't fucking have to, because honestly, you can get better entertainment on YouTube from 90% of the fucking podcasters. Why? Because, you know what I'm saying, they're actually grinding and they're, you know what I mean, topical, and people give a shit about what they say. They're not a bunch of skinny jean wearing motherfucking faggots. Well, other than Sofane, but still, you know what I mean, yo, when it really comes down to it, you know, like, this is some real shit. You know, when it really comes down to, we would not be absolutely surprised about how much money you spend on a fucking Showtime show. Let me guess how much you paid for the graffiti in the fucking background. And I mean, I bet you overpaid like fuck for it, you know, because that's what retards do. They spend money that they don't have to on shit they don't need.
Thing is, that is Theo Von, one of the greatest comics in the world, and my dumbass trying to outdo each other. And the way it works, if you haven't listened to it, if you've just seen a headline that I'm going to address right now, which I can't believe I'm addressing this, but it has to be done because it's affected a close friend of mine. So the way that show works is fans submit videos. That show is generated and created for fans and is made possible by fans. So there's like Rip My Drip. People send in pictures of them wearing clothes, or Flaunt My Aunt. It's their aunt, or babysitters or moms of, and we talk about what they look like. Or there's relationship advice. And this is which brings me to this next kind of segue into why I'm even addressing any of this. On last week's podcast on King of the Sting with Theo Von and I, a gentleman who was losing his hair sent in relationship advice. Says, I'm losing my hair, man. I'm worried about shaving my head. I'm worried I'm not going to get chicks anymore. My dumbass, I say a lot of dumb things, and I take credit for it, and I own it, man. But when I have a problem with it is when it affects very close friends like Joe Rogan, who has to deal with some sort of media frenzy now because they misquoted me. When I say misquoted me, I assume everyone knows the context that I'm talking about, because I'm talking to my very good friend Theo Von, who we both know Joe Rogan. I live in that context. I'm a moron. There's that show, this isn't bragging, is one of the biggest podcasts in the world. There's a ton of people watching. Not everyone knows my relationship with Joe. Not everyone assumes my relationship with Dana White or Theo. I have no idea. When we're in the context of that show, I'm in this little studio, it's me and Theo talking. I gotta do better.
Well, let's be honest here, my friend. All right. Yo, you said some shit legitimately, like, and everybody heard you, and everybody knows the context of what the fuck you said, and everybody knows your relationship with Joe Rogan. All right, you are Joe Rogan's son that he never had. Okay, everybody knows this about you. Okay, legit, everyone fucking knows exactly what you are to Joe Rogan. That's why you have Showtime specials, and you ought not to have Showtime specials. That's why, like, you get to park in the special parking lot at the Comedy Store. That's why you get to be the person you are, all right? That's why you jumped immediately into stand-up and having 3 fucking podcasts, all right? Why is this? It's because you are connected to Joe Rogan like a son, all right? And that's really where it's at. You haven't really earned your fucking position in most of the things that you do. I understand you fought for years or whatever the case may be, but you were a losing fighter. And I mean, real shit, you were a losing fucking fighter, dude. Your record was not that good. You weren't one of the top all-time guys. There's no reason you should be the person you are right now in the fucking, just in general, in the commentating world, in the comedy world, or in any type of world in general. We should not know who you are. But because Joe Rogan loves you like a son, now we know exactly who the fuck you are.
I've been doing podcasts way too long to let something like this affect. So this gentleman who's losing his hair goes, hey man, I'm losing my hair. I'm worried I'm not going to get chicks anymore. Something to that. I forget his exact comment. Shout out to that guy. I forget his exact comments, but in general it was, I'm losing my hair. What should I do? And I go, man, don't worry about losing your hair. I know guys who are killing the game, who are slanging dick. Now, if you just hear me say slanging dick, and this is the way people took it, which looking at the clip, I get how you take it that way. Slanging dick means fucking girls, sleeping with many women. That's not what I meant by it all. But I can get how you get to that conclusion when you just watch the clip. My context saying slanging dick, what I meant by that, and this is me correct it now, so there's no miscommunication, there's no blurred lines. I did not mean Joe Rogan is cheating on his wife.
Okay, let's address a couple of things here. All right, first off, why are you doing the Bill Clinton finger? All right, like why are you doing the I did not have sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky? Why did you pronounce wife? Right, like wife. She was down here. I went and saw the man's wife. Like, why did you immediately switch into some weird Southern accent? Like, you are the most non-believable liar ever on some real shit, dude. Like, nobody wanted you to do this. You should have shut the fuck up. Oh my God, this is the worst shit ever, dude. Like, legitimately, like, you just ruined your relationship. Like, your relationships are everything in this fucking world that you're in, son. And you put yourself in a hole that I'm not sure you're gonna ever be able to get out of.
Joe Rogan is one of my closest, dearest friends. I wish everyone had a friend like Joe Rogan. I talk to him damn near every day. I would never, ever do anything to bring any sort of harm his way or hate or attention, especially on his wife. His wife and my wife are friends. That is ridiculous. And that's on me. That's on me. I got to do better. I'm not talking about my personal friends like that. Back to this. When I say guys slanging dick, what I meant is Joe, and I've referenced 3 guys. If I haven't seen the clip in a long since.
You couldn't even keep a straight face while fucking saying that. You couldn't even keep a straight fucking face, dude. Like, legitimately. And then the moment you stood here and started, like, fumbling for fucking words and trying to tell the goddamn actual truth, you notice how you went from the Bill Clinton finger to, like, actually pointing on some shit? Yeah, like, you're lying through your fucking teeth, son. You know what I mean? Real shit. Like, this is painful to watch, but it's fucking hilarious.
Last week, but 3 guys. Joe Rogan, bald guy. Slanging dick, crushing it. One of the best comics in the world. Biggest podcast in the world. Biggest show. We talk about just shows. You want to talk about Howard Stern? He ain't shit compared to Joe Rogan. You want to talk about any show you watch on TV? It ain't shit compared to Joe Rogan. That's slanging dick. That's killing the game. Dana White, another successful bald dude who is slanging dick, aka killing the game. Not me,
aka yo fucking mad bitches on the road. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Yo, dude, man, listen. Yo, you gotta, no, man. Just no, bruh. Stop it. Like, yo, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself? You are going to be nobody next week.
He is sleeping with many women. Slanging dick could be slanging dick to your wife. Could be just, in general, kicking ass. That's on me. Slinging dick to 99.9% of the people outside my circle of friends means fucking other girls cheating on your wives. My bad. Not what I meant. Not what I meant at all. And listen, Joe Rogan's a very close friend. Very, very close friend. Do you think I'm that stupid? Let's say he was, I would do it. I would announce it to the world like that to millions of people. Give me a little, I know I'm a dumbass. Give me a little more credit than that.
Folks, this here is exactly why you don't smoke weed. All right? Legit. Because you get wrapped up in a moment and then you end up standing here saying some shit that you absolutely regret later. Because, you're not thinking at that fucking moment. If you're doing something where you're making money, you should be focused on that task. Legitimately. And, his wits were not about him. And that's exactly what he did. He dry snitched on his fucking homie who basically paved the fucking way for him. He will be nobody. I promise you, he will be nobody. Maybe by the end of the year, probably sooner though. You know what I mean? He's not going to have all these podcasts because let's be honest here. the wolves are circling them right now. And I mean, legitimately. And like, yo, those relationships that are holding them in motherfucking place are going to be gone. All those contacts are going to be fucking gone. This is what happens. Like, yo, legit. But anyway, man, we're going to end it here. You know what I'm saying? I got like 3 more fucking videos to make tonight. You know what I mean? I got a lot of work to put in. It is what it is. Yo, you know the deal. Hit that sub button, please. All right? Enjoy this content. I'll be back with more. Peace.